Hi, welcome to the first episode of SEO Success Blueprint, the podcast where I talk about all the things SEO and the current trends of SEO and what's going on with Google and Bing, and as well as some of the other search things like TikTok and so forth. And what you're going to be finding on our channel is, various methods to market businesses. We're going to be hosting content about different types of businesses and the best ways to reach your goals and grow your business using SEO mastery. On my podcast, I want to let you know that my name is William R. Baker. I am an expert SEO, and I've been doing digital marketing for the last 27 years. And SEO. Back when it was Lycos and Yahoo, and Yahoo's still a player, even though they're getting most of their information from somewhere else, or someone's getting their information from them. So, anyway, on my podcast, this is the first one, and I'd like for you to let any of your friends know that own businesses. You'll be able to ask questions, and I'll be able to provide answers in my podcast for the people who send in questions, and possibly even take a look at your websites and tell you what you can do to improve them, some of the things you can do in your local business area to do it. I'm also a real estate investor, so at times we're going to talk about marketing and real estate investing. It's always good to learn that, but as a primary focus, we're going to be, looking at SEO and the blueprint for success. That's what this is all about. I've helped countless businesses throughout the years, and I'd like to be able to help you. And someone suggested, a few people have suggested that I start a podcast. And, here we are on Spotify, and I'm looking forward to growing this podcast very much. And so, one of the things that we're going to talk about is what are some of the biggest mistakes that businesses are making today in their business and what's keeping them from growing. And so, some of those things are going to be the number one thing is usually SEO. Real estate agents, for example, if you're a real estate agent and you're not implementing SEO properly, then you have a problem because your competitors most likely are. And so for you to stay, in a market, how many real estate agents do you have competing with you in your market? Well, even if you haven't done many deals or you're brand new, it's possible to jump up in what is called the Google Map Pack. And that's really done by creating great content and consistent content. And you really should do it in an SEO format. I do have a program that I'm putting together for real estate professionals that is going to be, marketing, real estate marketing using SEO mastery. And so some of the other areas that we're going to be covering is just about all types of businesses, whether you have a plumbing business, a HVAC business, real estate investing business, automotive repair. It really doesn't matter. If you apply the techniques that I teach, you will win. I do have a program that I'm putting together now that's realestateworkshop.info for real estate marketing using SEO. And you can really get in the leads. In fact, I'm a real estate investor myself. And to give you an idea how I use SEO to get my leads, one of the things that I do is I build websites that target the key phrases that people are searching for motivated sellers. Now, in about any industry you're in, you can do research and find out what are the key phrases that people are doing, and I can show you that in another episode. But with this, with real estate, I mean, I use it. I use the website. I use Google local business listings. There's also a way to do a Google local. Most people work out of their houses, so it's kind of tough, but there are ways that you can set up Google local businesses that will be really bulletproof in about any city, but you have to be prepared to do what it takes. And I also cover that in my online course. But because it gets into some nitty gritty that I'm not going to just speak out loud. Google might not like that. So you've got to keep it real. You got to keep it very ethical because Google has a lot of rules now on their Google local. But play your cards right and you can succeed, whether you're looking to get new real estate clients for listings or buyers. You have houses for sale. You need to be putting up websites that are talking about houses that you have for sale. You got a new update coming up. Oh, I'm doing an open house over here at 123 Easy Street or whatever. You need to be keeping those constantly updated. And if you can't do that, then you could always hire like a virtual admin, or if you have an admin at your office that could be doing it. But you really need to focus on writing these descriptions with search engine optimization and local search engine optimization in mind. Because you've got to remember, people are looking near me and in the certain city. I'm looking to buy a house in whatever city, comma, state, or whatever city. So you got to look at what are people searching for, and you've got to address those needs. Now, one of the things that I want to point out about Google and any other search engine, these search engines are all built on one fact or one principle, and that is solving problems. AI, for example, was built to solve problems, right? So the search engines are essentially the same. So what you need to be thinking about whenever you're writing your content for a website or for your local search or for TikTok or anything, your YouTube videos, you need to be thinking about who's going to be looking at this and what kind of questions are they going to be asking. And you need to be already ahead of the game and addressing those questions and answering them in a way that shows that you are the go-to source for people looking for this kind of information. So if you say houses for sale, I'm looking for houses for sale in Baltimore, well, then I'm going to search for houses for sale Baltimore MD, right? And then it's going to start showing me who's there. Well, a lot of the big players already have really good SEOs that they hire, but that doesn't mean you can't beat them. I went in and beat a lot of big companies like Home Depot, and one of my clients was the Commercial Real Estate Institute in Chicago. I'll tell you what, they had a website. It was called CCIM, but stdb.com, and they were the site to do business. They were looking for real estate investors that want to do business. So we had them ranked. They're still ranked, I think, number one out of like 11 billion search results. So if you write good content and you consistently write good content, it will stay there because that site's been there now for about 16 years. So anyway, that's kind of a principle of it. You want to always make sure that you are illustrating and solving problems. And those problems, people are coming to you for that problem. Let's say you're a real estate investor and you're looking for motivated sellers. Well, those motivated sellers are going to be typing in things like we buy houses because they see signs that we buy houses. So they might type in we buy houses Nashville. They might type in we buy houses Nashville TN. They do it different ways. They might say Davidson County. It depends. So, excuse me. The whole idea that you've got to be doing is showing that, hey, I'm out here, I'm solving your problem. Come to me. I have the answer to solve your problem. I'm that go-to person, right? And if you're doing that, then you're doing something right. And you continually do that, you'll be the go-to person in your local area. This is very fact-based information that I'm providing for you. Again, I've been doing this for years. My son became a realtor in the town that he was in. I was able to go in and get him ranked in the very top map pack, okay, very quickly. And one of the things you're going to learn about like Google Places is they don't take very kindly to people playing games. So what we found is when you're competing, there's some methods that you can use to get a great edge on your competitors. So you just got to catch them breaking the rules. So you don't break the rules. That way they can't take you down. I go over that in our course that we're doing over at the realestateworkshop.info. But anyway, just wanted to try to cover some of the things that we're going to be talking about in our podcast. And hopefully this podcast is helping you with some information that you can really think about and apply. And so if people say, I need to sell my house fast, they might just type that in. A lot of people do. How do I sell my house fast for cash? Or they might just type in sell my house fast. And they're expecting the computer to come back with an AI answer. Well, it does. You're the AI. You've got to have a website out there that when people type in "sell my house fast, Nashville tea," and you want to come up if that's your market. Um, you'll notice I have websites like One Town Kingman, Arizona. I put that website up about 7 years ago, and it's still number one. It still generates leads. So when you type in "we buy houses Kingman AZ," I'm the number one organic website that comes up. And I have a picture of a water tower on Route 66. Anyway, that's one of my websites. That's just one of those that's been there for several years. If you build it right and keep your SEO structured properly and your external references, it will win. And that's what the job of this podcast is to kind of give you guys idea of how you can be jumping out there and helping your own websites, helping your own Google local business places, and getting the listings up there higher. And we're going to be going into a lot of that on my podcast. I'm going to try to do this as a weekly podcast. And sometimes I might have some people coming on. I've got some people I might bring on from time to time. I've got some clients that just swear by my services that get a lot of leads and deals. I've got a partner out in Wichita, Kansas. I think last month we delivered about a dozen leads through the website SEO work that I did for him. So it does work, and so that's a big thing when you're doing your SEO. You want to try to be kind of a step ahead of your competitors. You want to be consistently posting, and those things that you post, you've also got to keep in mind that AI is looking at those images frame by frame by frame. So what you want to do is be posting videos or images that reflect what you're doing. If you say we buy, crappy houses, then you need to be showing pictures of you standing with a crappy house behind you. And another little tip for you that I do, I also use, and I have my clients go out and take photos with their iPhone or Android phone and do location sharing for their photos and videos. And then I try to not alter that and upload it. So that way the GPS data is embedded in those photos and videos for that local listing. So if you're really trying to reach local, you need to do everything you can. Geo mapping is another thing you should be doing in your site. If you don't have a Google Maps API built into it, you should. I use those in pretty much every site I do for a local listing. So hopefully this will be some great information that will help you and help you understand what's going on. If you're into real estate and real estate investing, just look for a channel on YouTube called William Xavier Baker. I have a channel there where I give some tips and stuff on marketing and real estate investing, subject to creative finance, owner finance. So it's a lot of good information on there. And all of these kind of deals, situations like I just mentioned, owner financing, subject to, you need to be building that into your website. Do you build subject to into your website? No, you build in information that's going to attract people that might be a candidate for a subject to existing mortgage deal. That's going to be people who are going through a divorce, going through, maybe they're facing foreclosure. They haven't been on any foreclosure list yet. Maybe they've got a job change. They need to move fast. And the idea is they don't have enough equity on their house to sell it through a real estate agent. So their best bet is just somebody to take over the payments and, save their credit. And the way that goes down though is, you take over the payments, but you're not doing it in your credit. The loan stays in that person's name, but the title goes in your name. And yes, I have a course on that. So, and I do mentoring on that if anyone needs mentoring on it. And so I'm available if anyone needs to contact me. You can reach me at 424-313-4434, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I look forward to seeing you guys on this podcast a lot more. If there's any question you have, be sure and shoot them over to me so I can answer those on the next podcast. Again, I'm William R. Baker, and I am an expert SEO and digital marketing guy and real estate investor and teacher, mentor, and husband, and all this other stuff, father. So anyway, thank you very much for watching the show, and I'll see you on the next podcast.